It was a lavish evening at one of New York City's most exclusive restaurants. Known for catering to the rich and famous, this luxury establishment prided itself on its elite clientele and pristine reputation. Donald Trump, attending a private dinner party, found himself surrounded by opulence and sophistication. The room buzzed with chatter as servers in perfectly pressed uniforms moved effortlessly between tables. At first glance, everything seemed flawless, but as the evening unfolded, Trump noticed something disturbing. The restaurant's owner, Greg, was rejecting certain guests at the door. A man in modest clothing had entered, hopeful for a table, only to be met with a cold dismissal. "We don't serve people like you," Greg said sharply. Trump was shocked, but he decided to stay quiet, for now. Throughout the evening, Trump watched as Greg continued to scrutinize every new guest, making snap judgments based solely on their appearance. Those who didn't look wealthy or famous were turned away, often with harsh words. The opulence that had seemed so alluring at first now felt hollow. This wasn't just exclusivity, it was outright discrimination. That night, as he left the restaurant, Trump couldn't stop thinking about what he had witnessed. He decided he couldn't let it go. If this was how the restaurant treated people, it needed to be exposed, and he had just the plan to do it. The next evening, Trump returned to the luxury restaurant, but this time he wasn't himself. He arrived in a bright red Santa suit, complete with a fluffy white beard. It was Christmas season, and he figured the disguise would help him blend in while making a bold statement. As he stepped inside, the staff froze. Guests in designer suits and glittering dresses exchanged curious glances. Trump cheerfully approached the host's stand. "Table for one, please," he said, in a jolly voice. Greg appeared almost immediately, his expression darkening. "We don't serve people like you," he said bluntly, glaring at Trump's costume. The cheerful holiday atmosphere dimmed as the room fell silent. Greg's words echoed, and the guests began murmuring, some looking uncomfortable. Trump's expression changed, and he calmly removed his beard, revealing his identity. "Do you know who you're talking to?" he asked, his voice steady but firm. The room went silent as recognition dawned on Greg's face. His arrogant demeanor crumbled instantly. "Mr. Trump, I had no idea," Greg stammered, panic setting in. The guests watched in stunned silence as Greg scrambled to apologize. "Please, sir, let me make this right," he begged. But Trump wasn't interested in excuses. "This isn't about me," he said, his voice carrying across the room. "It's about how you treat people who don't have wealth or fame. This behavior is unacceptable." Greg tried to save face, offering Trump the best table in the restaurant, but Trump simply shook his head. "I don't need a table," he said with a slight smile. "What you need is to rethink how you run this place." With that, Trump turned and walked out, leaving the restaurant in a state of stunned silence. The guests exchanged looks, some applauding his actions, while others sat quietly, reflecting on what they had just witnessed. Word of the incident spread quickly, and Greg's actions faced public backlash. The luxury restaurant, once a haven for the elite, became a symbol of the dangers of arrogance and prejudice. Trump's bold decision to stand up against discrimination wasn't just a statement. It was a reminder that no one is above treating others with respect. Thank you for watching till the end. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Storytime Adventures for more powerful tales of justice and transformation. Happy days,